From the Team 10 investigators, a San Diego man is fighting to have his murder conviction overturned after a key witness admitted he lied.
This is a case that has gotten the attention of a local judge who could decide to throw out the conviction. Team 10 investigator Allison Ash has the new evidence that Brandon Price's mother says is proof her son didn't do it. Allison.
Yeah, this document, which is called a writ for habeas corpus, Brandon Price claims that he was the victim of prosecutorial misconduct, that he was sent to prison because of a lie that prosecutors knew about. Price's mother knows he was no angel, but she says he is not the devil either and would never kill another human being.
He was a good kid, kind, would give you the shirt off of his back, strong, very smart, bright.
Peggy Thomas says her son Brandon Price would never lie, especially not about what happened in September of 2001. The bullet holes in the side of this car came from another car that Price was riding in. Two cars full of young people pulled up alongside each other on the 94 freeway when the shots rang out. Price was 16 and so was the victim, Anthony Newsom. The autopsy shows the bullet pierced Newsom's carotid artery and he bled to death. Police went after Price, even though the victim's own brother, who was riding in the same bullet-ridden car, said it was another teen who pulled the trigger.
He pointed out who it was, and it wasn't my son. They just didn't listen because they wanted it to be my son.
From day one, Peggy Thomas has stood by her son, who is now in his 12th year of a 25 to life sentence. I arranged to speak to Price on a recorded prison phone.
I was in the car, but I did not kill Anthony Newsom.
Do you know who did?
I don't know who did. I had my head down.
After the shooting, the kids in both cars were all questioned, including Price. They weren't talking. Nobody wanted to be a snitch. There were also irregularities with the police lineups, and that may be part of the reason why the district attorney didn't pin the murder on Price until a year and a half later.
And everybody else, all the other people in the car, the accomplices, were what we call rolled. They were turned so they would testify against Brandon Price.
Gloria Collins wasn't Price's lawyer then. She was a deputy district attorney working alongside the same people who she now claims railroaded her client by linking him to another crime, an armed robbery and shooting at this liquor store.
Because if we can bootstrap it, put them together, we now have a better shot at conviction.
The driver of the getaway car in that liquor store robbery had already been caught in a lie when he initially identified Price as the gunman. But now the DA wanted the now convicted robber to go before a grand jury to say Price really did do it.
He did not want to lie. He did not want to testify against Brandon Price, but they weren't having any of it.
This transcript shows the conversation between the man from the liquor store robbery and prosecutors. We're not using his name because he now fears for his safety. He told the DA multiple times he wouldn't lie to help them bolster the murder case against Price and that he wanted a lawyer. The prosecutors played hardball, saying no testimony means no protection.
I have never seen the kind of pressure that was put on this witness before the grand jury because it targeted his family.
The man from the robbery did testify. Later, a jury found Price guilty, not just of the robbery and attempted murder of the clerk, but also of being Anthony Newsom's killer.
It was like somebody had stabbed me in my heart. They had no proof, no evidence, no anything that made me even say, maybe my child did do this.
The key witness in the robbery couldn't live with his lies. In a new statement, he writes, Brandon Price is going to spend most of his life in prison just because he was caught in the crossfire of lies that spiraled out of control.
That's not an excuse for me. Bottom line, you lied.
Although Thomas wishes this version of the truth had come out earlier, she's hopeful that the judge now involved in the case will listen. As she waits for a ruling in her son's case, she has this question for the police and prosecutors who helped convict Brandon Price.
Who gave them permission to play God with my child's life and send me through a 14-year nightmare?
A spokesman for the district attorney's office told Team 10 in a written statement that Brandon Price was lawfully convicted, that there is nothing new in these allegations, which are simply an attempt by a convicted murderer to circumvent justice. Now, I've spoken to several legal experts who tell me the fact that the judge opened the door to even hear any testimony is huge, but it's just like crossing the starting line in a marathon, and at any moment, Brandon Price's request to have another chance at freedom could run out of steam. The district attorney is planning to fight this vigorously, and of course we will let everybody know what happens with this.
All right, so Brandon's mother's had hers say. What about the victim's family? What do they have to say?
We tried without luck to find them, and you've got to believe that this is going to open up a whole lot of old wounds. And remember that that the victim's brother was actually in the car when all of this happened, so we'd sure like to talk to him as well.
Understandably so. Thank you, Alice.
Thank you.